Thanks for joining us this midday. I'm Dia Wall. FBI agents and Tarrant County deputies returned to an Everman home tied to a missing boy this week. Crews returned this morning to continue digging in the backyard and search for 6-year-old Noel Rodriguez Alvarez. A live look from our chopper right now. You see crews there moving things around. Looks like some dirt there, and then they've been digging for days at this point. This little boy has not been seen for nearly 4 years. Though his body has never been found, his mother is charged with capital murder for his presumed death. Chris Sadeghi is joining us now live in Everman with more on this case and the latest since investigators got back on scene there. Chris, it looks active.
Yes, Dia, since we've been out here this morning, we've seen a lot of FBI agents coming and going. We just saw the chief of Everman police show up, and they've been coming and going from the black van out there in front of the home. It has supplies inside of it. The medical examiner also on scene, although still no indications if they've found anything or why they are once again searching this area that they've searched before. Around 8 this morning, 24 or so agents gathered in front of the home and started unloading those supplies from the black van. The road is partially blocked in front of the home, though we can't see into the backyard here from the street. We have been able to take a look from our chopper up in the air. We've seen them sifting through the dirt, kind of like they did yesterday, and also much like they did 3 years ago after Cindy Rodriguez Singh fled to India with her family just before an Amber Alert was issued for her missing son, 6-year-old Noel Rodriguez Alvarez, who had not been seen in months. The boy is believed dead, and his mother was charged with his murder but found incompetent to stand trial last month. As for what prompted the renewed search of this backyard, the chief of Everman police revealed very little other than to say it is an ongoing investigation to seek justice for Noel. Though they do continue to search, so far today we have not received any new updates from the officials here on scene, although the Tarrant County DA's office did just send over a statement saying that this is in a part of an active investigation and that they are limited on what they can share at this time. Dia, back to you.
All right, Chris, thank you for that. To a live look now over Clyde Warren Park. Your time is 11:02 this midday, and Mariel Ruiz has our forecast, which is heating up, lady, heating up.
Absolutely. I mean, by this point yesterday, we were not in the 80s, and now we're at 81 degrees. And it's just after the 11 o'clock hour this morning. Winds are out of the south, anywhere between 5 to 10. That southerly wind helping usher in a little bit more humidity, so you may feel that throughout the day today. A blue sky overhead that continues all day today as well. And we are expecting to get to about 83 degrees right around noon. 88 degrees around 2, 90 degrees is where we top out, and that happens around 4. Winds will stay light out of the south at 5 to 10, and we'll see clear skies all day as well. The temperature makes it to about 91 for Denton and in Fort Worth, 90 in McKinney and in Terrell, as well as in Dallas. Normal this time of the year is 83, so we're trending about 7 to 8 degrees warmer than that. And we are looking at the mid-90s for our western counties, where air happens to be a little bit drier, into the mid to upper 80s for our eastern counties, anywhere east of DFW. Most of the Metroplex, well, all of the Metroplex and surrounding counties are included in an air quality alert today. And this is due to high levels of ozone that we're expecting to develop this afternoon. And that could very well limit air quality. This happens whenever there's a lot of sunshine, warm weather, light winds, and a lot of pollution in our air. So we will talk a little bit more about this. We'll talk about the climate and temperatures into the 90s this week. We'll also talk about our next rain potential because it's not that far away. That's all coming up in a bit. But first, a check of your roads with Stacia.
Hey, Mariel. So yeah, let's take a look. Not really looking too bad out there. We do have some road work that's slowing things down slightly. We're heading out to far west Tarrant County, almost all the way to the Parker Tarrant County line. You've got slower traffic, and it looks like this is already easing out along I-20 eastbound, but I-30 eastbound, right around Westland, you do have lane closures there throughout the afternoon. They're doing road work, and that is slowing things down just slightly. Really, the best way to give you an idea of what's going on outside is just to show you some cameras. So 75, you can see in the southbound lanes right there at Coit, a little bit heavier right before the high 5, and then also we're checking another live look for you as well. 35E Riverfront. Northbound traffic along 35E trying to go ahead and head into downtown, a little bit slower there. And then you also have as well 635 at US 80, ongoing road work, but that doesn't seem to be slowing things down right now at the lunch hour. They do have a lot busier traffic there in the evening rush and overnight when they have a number of closures typically. 35, the Dallas North Tollway. Do want to let you know that we have some changes coming up at this area this weekend. I'll be talking about that next here in about 20 minutes. Dia?
All right. Thanks, Stacia. We appreciate that. High-stakes talks are happening today in China. President Trump arrived in the country this morning. The White House wants to focus on trade and investments. But with the war in Iran still underway, President Trump says it could be part of the discussion. Here's ABC's Olivia Rubin.
This morning, President Trump touching down in China to a lavish welcome, complete with a red carpet. Trump kicking off a multi-day, high-stakes visit with Chinese President Xi Jinping.
This is going to be a very exciting trip. A lot of good things are going to happen.
The trip initially delayed due to escalating tensions involving the war in Iran. And now, with no deal secured to end the fighting, the war once again overshadowing the trip. China, a key trading partner of Iran, expected to be part of those discussions. Trump says he doesn't need President Xi's help ending the war, but that they will discuss it.
We're going to have a long talk about it. I think he's been relatively good, to be honest with you.
The White House hoping the visit will focus on trade and securing investments in the agriculture and energy sectors. A host of high-profile CEOs from some of America's largest tech and finance companies joining Trump on the trip, including Elon Musk and Tim Cook, and CEOs from Boeing, Citi, Goldman Sachs, MasterCard, Meta, and more. And notably, the CEO of the world's dominant AI chip maker, NVIDIA, also on the trip. CEO Jensen Huang recently granted permission from the administration to sell its less advanced chips to China, a move some critics say could give China a leg up in the global AI race. And the subject of AI also expected to be on the agenda here, one senior U.S. official saying they have security concerns and would not be surprised if the leaders touch on them. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, Washington.
To a live look now at the Dow Jones Index since opening bell this morning, down just a bit, about 0.47%. The S&P and NASDAQ both logged losses Tuesday, but the Dow finished slightly higher. A bit closer to home, the Texas Stock Exchange has a new home in uptown Dallas. That exchange will lease the Bank of America Tower at Parkside. Texas Stock Exchange officials say the location is all about being in the heart of Dallas and highly visible in the financial district. The building could soon be equipped with a 28-foot ticker sign if it gets the proper approval. Inflation has hit its highest level in nearly 3 years, up 3.8% from a year ago, as prices skyrocket for everyday staples. According to one estimate, the American household is spending $266 more a month than they were a year ago, and $642 more than 3 years ago each month. Texans are noticing the difference, especially at the gas pump.
Yeah, a lot different. Whole lot different there.
I mean, draining our pockets. My car eats it up like a semi.
Ooh, not a semi. Economists say the proposal to drop the federal gas tax to provide some price relief wouldn't make much of a dent.
And while consumers may see it for a period of several days, if the price of oil continues to go up as the strait remains closed, it could essentially be completely gobbled up by a rise in the price of oil.
According to AAA, the state gas price average is now $4.01. The highest prices in Texas are in counties along the border and into central Texas. Tomorrow marks 1 month until the World Cup comes to North Texas, and even soccer superfans believe ticket prices, they're just too high. Some buyers told our Cole Sullivan FIFA is failing to deliver.
In every game played at AT&T Stadium, there are winners and losers. But the World Cup hasn't even started, and Dennis McGowan already feels like the latter.
I feel like we got scammed.
The FC Dallas fan paid as part of a FIFA lottery $350 a pop for Tier 2 seats, billed as the second best set in the house. But the tickets he got are in Section 408.
Really, essentially, watch it on the big screen at Jerry World tickets.
Then there's the cost. Many tickets in Dallas are now going for over $1,000.
It's disheartening. Soccer is about the fans.
And even super fans like this England supporter who's been to 9 World Cups say the prices are astronomical.
Well, this year compared with all others is just crazy. The ticket price here at this tournament is it's beyond belief.
Andy Milne told us he sold an investment property, a house, to pay his way to the game here.
And good on him for that, but it's just Not everybody has that available, right?
The outrage has reached Washington. 2 congressmen now demand FIFA's president account for dynamic pricing ripoffs and misleading seat maps. In a statement, FIFA reminds us it offered some early match tickets for $60, quote, a very competitive price point for a major global sporting event in the U.S. And it says seat maps, quote, were designed to provide guidance rather than exact seat layout.
And we're at the point where we're running out of fans that are able to access this.
He's worried an event meant to bring the world together, only a few can afford to see. In Dallas, I'm Cole Sullivan.
Meantime, a big $20 million outdoor gathering space in downtown Frisco won't be ready in time for the World Cup. According to our partners at the Dallas Business Journal, construction on 4th Street Plaza is behind schedule. It was supposed to open on June 20th, but construction on Frisco's Main Street is thankfully entering its final stages. U.S. Senator John Cornyn just unveiled some legislation this week to rename a future interstate across Texas I-47 in honor of President Trump as the 47th Commander-in-Chief. The road in question is currently called Highway 287. It runs from Port Arthur, east of Houston, through Fort Worth and on to Amarillo. Cornyn wants the stretch rebranded as Trump Interstate, and Cornyn's bill to rename it for Trump comes as he seeks the president's endorsement for re-election. Cornyn faces Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton in a runoff for the Republican nomination in the Texas U.S. Senate race. James Tallarico won the Democratic nomination back in March. People in one North Texas city have a new option to get around after Highland Park voters decided to ditch DART. Transportation reporter Janelle Ford explains how it works and what's next in that community.
The Highland Park Town Council officially canvassed this vote this morning, meaning this is no longer just an election result. This is actually happening. So starting tomorrow, DART service will no longer run here in Highland Park. The biggest impact will be on Route 237, which is along Preston Road, where buses will still ride through here, but will not make any stops anywhere in town. Now, during that meeting, town leaders also made one pretty significant change. Highland Park's new on-demand transit service that launches today will now be free during its 6-month pilot program. Originally, riders were going to have to pay a $3 base fare, but today council members voted to bring that down to $0 while they test out the system. The new service is called Highland Park On Demand. It runs 5 a.m. to midnight, 7 days a week. Rides are booked through an app or by calling 214-785-4345. There's also Highland Park Access for paratransit riders. Now, this all comes after Highland Park residents voted to leave DART in the May 2nd election. The town has argued for some time now that it was paying far more into DART than residents were getting back in service. And today, the town administrator broke down those numbers for us.
This past year, we paid a little over $8 million. This year, we're projecting to be close to almost $10 million in sales tax. So the cost for the 6-month pilot program is about $417,000.
Now, he also told us that they decided to drop the rate to $0 so that riders wouldn't be double charged if they were connecting to DART services outside of the city. So today is both the last day that DART will run here in Highland Park and the first big test for what comes next. Reporting here in Highland Park, I'm Janelle Ford.